Somerville, I'm LaDawn Davis. This is ZNS.
Tonight, the weekend edition, 5 people killed after 2 separate traffic crashes overnight. Government officials offering words of comfort to the grieving families of car crash victims. And donating a pint of blood continues to save lives. The Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition, starts now.
Everyone, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. I'm LaDawn Davis. Thanks so much for tuning in. The nation is shocked and in mourning after an early morning collision claimed 4 lives and leaves another clinging on. Cleopatra Murphy has the details of the country's latest traffic fatality in tonight's top story.
A heart-wrenching scene on Shirley Street early Sunday morning as the bodies of 3 female teens lay stretched out in the street in body bags after police say a 19-year-old male driver lost control of a gray Mazda sedan and collided into a tree at the intersection of Shirley and Church Street. Those bodies were soon taken away by mortuary services personnel. Police Traffic Division Assistant Superintendent Demetria Capron confirms officers were alerted to the deadly accident around 1:40 a.m., where they discovered the mangled vehicle and its occupants.
EMS was dispatched and responded to the scene, where they made a check of the occupants of the vehicle. There were 8 occupants in total of the Mazda vehicle. 5 of the victims were taken to the hospital via EMS, and an examination of 3 of the victims would have shown no vital signs of life.
Police say it was shortly after 5 a.m. when they were informed that another of the females had died. Among the survivors are the 19-year-old male driver who sustained a broken wrist, a 21-year-old male, and a 19-year-old female who are both in stable condition, along with a 25-year-old male who remains in critical condition.
This morning, we have 4 victims, 4 female young victims who would have lost their life in this traffic crash this morning. And so we are imploring all drivers to slow down, drive within the speed limit, wear your seatbelt, because it's truly an unfortunate and sad situation here today.
It is too soon to say if speed or alcohol were a factor in the fatal accident, but again, the Police Traffic Division is appealing to the public to be mindful behind the wheel.
We want persons to know that we don't want you to drink and drive, and we also don't want you to drink and then drive. We know there are going to be a lot of summer parties, beach parties, but we want you to get a responsible driver to carry you to and fro. But we want persons to wear their seatbelts, to slow down, and to drive within the speed limits, because we cannot emphasize enough that 1 life loss in a traffic crash is simply one too many.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Thanks a lot, Cleo. Well, a similar situation over in Grand Bahama, as police there are also investigating a fatal traffic accident which claimed the life of a young female. Initial police investigations revealed that the incident occurred shortly after 11:30 last evening when the car's lone occupant collided into a cement lampole.
A vehicle was traveling west on East Sunrise Highway when it lost control, overturned, and collided into a lamp pole. The driver of this vehicle received serious injury about the body. She was taken to the hospital where she later succumbed to her injuries.
Officer in charge of Grand Bahamas' Traffic Division, Superintendent Christopher Farquharson, appealed to motorists to drive with caution.
We suspect that speed was a factor in this matter. I just would like to say to all motorists, when driving, drive with due care and attention. Stay within the speed limit and always wear your seatbelt.
Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis is reacting to the tragic accident that has claimed 14 lives this morning, noting that he and wife Anne-Marie are heartbroken by the tragic loss. The nation's leader extended condolences to the family and friends of the deceased on social media, declaring there are moments when words are just not enough. Prime Minister Davis says he and his wife pray for the strength and recovery of the 4 individuals that remain in hospital. The nation's leader says, quote, "As a nation, we mourn together In times such as these, we are reminded of how precious and fragile life is. I ask all Bahamians to keep these grieving families in your prayers and to surround them with the love, compassion, and support they will need in the days and weeks ahead, end quote. Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, is also offering condolences to the family of the 4 deceased in Sunday morning's fatal accident. The Education Minister told our news team today that as the nation grieves, he is also praying for the full recovery of the remaining 4 individuals.
My thoughts and prayers go out to the families of the victims of the accident. This is a very tragic and heartbreaking moment for our country. Our Prime Minister, as many of the victims were from Cat Island. These were some of our bright, shining stars who graduated top of their class as valedictorian, who had gone on to universities and colleges abroad, whose lives were cut short. And we offer our thoughts, our prayers to the people of Cat Island, to the family, all of the loved ones of those who have certainly gone on too soon. I hope that we will remember their legacy somehow as some of the top academic performers of Cat Island and of the Bahamas.
Meantime, Transport Minister, the Honorable Leon Lundy, acknowledging that this fatal incident and others drive home the importance of road safety and is urging the public to slow down behind the wheel. He appeals to motorists: if you have been drinking, don't drive. Avoid the distraction of phones, and if you are tired, pull over and rest. While behind the wheel, he says, drive defensively and remain alert for the unexpected. Minister Lundy assures that his ministry and the Road Traffic Department will continue efforts to promote safe driving habits. He encourages the public to pray for the impacted families. Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard also offering sincerest condolences to the families of the 5 people killed in 2 separate car smash-ups here in the capital and in the nation's second city overnight. The F&M leader insisted in a statement that this is not the time for speculation or casting blame while families are grieving, but it's a time for the government, opposition, road safety experts, contractors, engineers, and all Bahamians to examine what practical steps can be taken to make our roads safer, encourage vigilance, and minimize future tragedies. Further, Pintard stated that we owe these families our support, our prayers, and grace as they grieve, and is praying for those fighting for their lives in hospital. Even more road safety tips to share with you tonight from the Police Traffic Division. Drivers are being advised to stop at the red light, obey the speed limit, and always wear your seatbelt, which saves lives. PC 4621 Gator stresses that driving without due care and attention is not just careless, it's dangerous.
In the Bahamas, the law is clear. Every driver must be in full control of their vehicle at all times. Take your eye off the road, put lives at risk. Stay focused, stay alert. The text, the call, and the distraction can wait. Your life and the lives of others depends on it.
And still to come, the Church of God celebrating a special milestone. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition.
The tastiest thing about soccer is sharing it with the whole team, just like the new Ready for Soccer. A delicious lineup of 16 slices and 4 flavor sections. Perfect for sharing from start to finish, even beyond the 90 minutes. Get your team together and dig in, only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Isn't that nice? Wait, you missed it? Ah, you haven't been on the website. Here's how TDC can help you. Whether you're turning your home into a vacation rental, pitching a business idea, or growing what you've already started, the TDC is here to help. Visit tdcbahamas.com for every conversation, event, grant, and opportunity happening near you. Tourism is all of our business, and the TDC is here to support yours.
The National Health Insurance Authority is assuring the public that access to healthcare services remains stable for more than 160,000 registered beneficiaries nationwide. The authority confirmed in a statement today that its providers network remains strong, with 140 registered healthcare providers and 17 laboratories, and dismissed reports suggesting providers are leaving the program over payment concerns. NHIA officials maintain they have received no withdrawal requests, citing payment issues, and continues to attract new providers and facilities seeking to join the network. The authority is encouraging beneficiaries experiencing difficult accessing services to contact NHIA directly, reaffirming its commitment to expanding access to quality health care and strengthening the nation's healthcare system. Officials from the Bamboo Town Urban Renewal Center are encouraging residents to roll up their sleeves and help save lives. In partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority, the center hosted a community blood drive yesterday to help replenish the nation's blood supply while raising awareness about the growing need for donors.
This blood drive to them is paramount because a lot of them had persons who needed blood. And we had 1 or 2 persons who came to us and say, hey, their family members were in the hospital and they had to replenish the blood bank because of surgeries that their family members were, ongoing or taking. So they came to us and they said, hey, let's partner and put on a blood drive.
Health officials believe the demand for blood continues to grow, with more families turning to social media and flyers to appeal for donors at the blood bank faces ongoing shortages. The PHA is reminding the public that a single donation can help multiple patients, from cancer patients to newborns in need of critical care.
We all need to be our brother's keeper, because today for me, tomorrow could be for you. So in that aspect, each one, and you would help in, being able to help that mother, that even the baby in NICU, the cancer patient that's requiring blood. So with you being able to assist in voluntary giving your blood, you're able to help all of these persons that are requiring blood. There is a low volume of blood or shortage of blood in the blood bank. You have a lot of surgeries has to be canceled. You have persons aren't able to get the procedures. Dialysis patients won't be able to get, dialysis. The mothers who are having C-section won't be able to have those things done because there is a shortage in the blood bank.
The premier platform connecting Africa and the Caribbean to accelerate trade, investment, and strategic partnerships begins tomorrow in St. Kitts and Nevis. The 2-day Africa Export-Import Bank's 5th annual Afri-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum assembles over 1,000 delegates, including heads of state, policymakers, investors, and business leaders who will capitalize on industrialization, innovation, and digital transformation across both regions. Afrexim Bank's Caribbean CEO revealed to us in a recent interview that for the first time an invitation was extended to the Latin American countries of Brazil, the Dominican Republic, Colombia, and Panama.
We are measuring the success in terms of the attendance. We're also looking at the number of deals signed. And in both indicators, we think St. Kitts is looking very good, because we have had consistently more than 1,500 attendees in previous events, which is a reasonable number for the purpose that this has been set out for, which includes networking. So we'll have opportunity to network with other like-minded organizations coming in from Africa, from the Caribbean, and from the Africa diaspora.
This forum was held here in Nassau 2 years ago, and from that success, Afrexim Bank officials continue to encourage Bahamian businesses to stimulate trade and investment with the continent.
We know the scale Africa brings to the table. 1.4 billion people market, so that's huge. So if there are businesses in Bahamas that are looking to scale, there's no better opportunity than that, where we will look to connect with the African markets, African distributors, those within the value chain and logistics space, that can take whatever goods coming out of Bahamas into the continent to create that required scale, create opportunity for knowledge exchange,
A milestone of faith and fellowship was marked Sunday morning as congregation members gathered for worship, praise, and celebration in honor of the Church of God Cathedral's 35th anniversary. But this year's theme being rooted in God's Word, Senior Pastor Bishop Carlton Stewart says he is grateful for the blessings bestowed upon the church, highlighting not only the ministry's 35th anniversary, but also his 12th year as the church's leader.
This is our 35th anniversary in pastoral ministry between two churches. Actually, we pioneered Lighthouse Fellowship Church of God, and then I came here in 2014 at the cathedral. So this is our 12th year at the cathedral, and that's what we are celebrating.
Weekend services feature different spiritual leaders, including Bishop Walter Hanschel and Bishop Hewlin Hanna, addressing the significance of the church as a community home. Bishop Stewart says watching his colleagues speak on the evolution of the ministry makes the event even more special, as he remains hopeful for the next 35 years.
My ministerial colleagues came and brought greeting. One of them spoke at the 8 o'clock service. Some of them are sons and daughters of the cathedral who have gone out and working in other ministries. And so this church has touched and produced many, many leaders. And we are grateful for the Lord for what he has done. The Lord allowed us also to purchase the property just in the back of the church for further expansion, because I feel that the church for the 21st century is going to be the church that has the necessary facilities to accommodate especially the young families. And so these are things that we're looking for.
Bahama's Aquatic Swim Nationals winding down. Don't you move. Your Sunday Sports Check is up next.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Everyone, I'm Wayne Wilson, bringing you your Sunday sports recap. Now let's dive back on over to the Betty Kelly Canning Stadium, where Day 3 of the Swim Nationals wrapped up last night, with lots of excitement and changes throughout the ranks. Finishing the night on the edge of breaking that 1,000-point mark would be Alpha Aquatics, with a score of 908 points, just a short draw behind our second-place finishers, Blue Waves, who are still going strong throughout Nationals with 1,067.5 points. And sitting comfortably in first place would be the Mako Aquatics Club, with a huge score of not 1, but 2,350 points, absolutely leaving their competitors in the dust right now. You know, with so much great swimmers, there's always a few stars in the batch that continue to shine. And one of those stars would be a multiple Carifta gold medalist, Kristen Joseph, who participated in the 13-14 200 IM yesterday and absolutely crushed that event. Let's get a few words from this young phenom.
Well, according to me, I know I had it in the bio before the race even started. Going into the race with that mindset, I know I wanted to win and I know I wanted to drop time.
We also got a few words in from some first-place finishers who are also contributing to Mako's drive. Winning the 200 IM mixed relay for the 18 and over would be the second and last leg for the team, Ayrton Monker and Kiana Moss.
I feel pretty good. I'm definitely happy with my swim and the team swim. Marvin gave us a good lead. And, I had faith in my teammates. They've been on the stage before. They've represented the country many times, so I wasn't really worried. Once we had a lead, I already knew we had the victory secure.
It was just, this is a fun event for us to always get up and race with my team members. Haven't been able to swim this with my team in a long time, so it was just trying to finish the race strong for my team and bring home the gold.
we did get to hear a few words from Alpha Aquatics head coach Latara Forbes on her thoughts about the team's performance so far.
I am extremely satisfied. The kids came out and they've executed what we have been practicing. Fast turns, strong starts, and fighting to get to the wall.
With all that excitement over at the BKK, there were some technical difficulties later in the evening session, with the scoreboard going out of commission for a little while. But let's swing on over to golf, where the Bahamas Junior National Golf Team set to compete in the Dominican Republic and ready to compete in the 2026 Caribbean Amateur Junior Golf Championships. After months of preparation, Team Bahamas is set to take on the region's best in both individual and team competition. Representing the boys are Aiden Grops, Carrington Roll, Luke Grimes, Nakai Wilson, Rashawn Hanna, William Mahilis, Archie Michael Moore, and Connor Stevenson. On the girls' side, we have Madison Carroll, Kamari Pratt, Haley Hall, Anissa Robinson, Zion Poitier, and Zaire Poitier. Head coach Keno Turnquest says he's excited to see the team's hard work pay off as they compete over the 4-day tournament.
I think the team has learned a lot in the last few weeks, and I'm looking forward to see what we produce and how the kids perform under pressure. During our practices, we put them in real situations, made them very uncomfortable, gave them the tools to see how they reacted under pressure so they can learn themselves.
The championship runs through June 28th to July 3rd, with Team Bahamas aiming for a strong regional showing. From the golf course to the dojo, the Bai Song Institute of Four Winds Kung Fu is also representing the Bahamas on the international stage, this time through a cultural exchange. The Institute recently welcomed the Chinese ambassador during a visit designed to strengthen the relationship between the Bahamas and China through the shared values of Kung Fu. Sifu Gino Bo talks about the importance of building a lasting cultural connection while promoting the traditions of martial arts.
Bringing the Bahamas and the People's Republic of China together, and hopefully we can have a strong, unified link so we'll be able to travel to China, and we'll probably have representatives from China coming to share some knowledge with us.
The visit marks another step in the Institute's mission to use Kung Fu to bring people and cultures together. And that's all your sports for today, with the final results of Nationals coming to you all tomorrow. Once again, I'm Wayne Wilson, ZNS Total Sports.
In the summertime, when the weather is high, you can stretch right up and touch the sky through a great book. That's why the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology is launching its summer reading list for all students across the country.
Parents and family members can definitely donate books to students. Also, we are encouraging businesses to be very involved. Perhaps they can create reading stations where when parents go into businesses, they may have a sitting area where students can pick up a book, so they may have copies of the books within the businesses as well. We're also encouraging businesses to provide incentives or small gifts for students who actually complete the activities at the end of the reading. So there may be some persons who are unable to purchase all of the books on the list, but a good idea would be to exchange books. Once one person is done, they can pass the book along, and so we'll have that kind of engagement.
And to pump up the excitement?
They can also create playlists to accompany the books that they're reading. You know, sort of like when you watch a movie, they have different soundtracks. They can create playlists for the books that they're reading. They can actually even write songs about the books that they're reading. We're also encouraging them to write prequels or sequels of the book. They can journal about the characters or events, relate those experiences of the characters and events to their own personal experiences. They can also have scavenger hunts and create photo journals.
Let the activities begin. I'm Adama Williams for Ed Talk.
It's time now for a check on tonight's weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Basil Jean joins us live with the latest temperatures. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, LaDawn. Once again, we have a few spotty showers over the northwest Bahamas, but most of them are drifting towards the west and over the open waters of the northwest Bahamas. Outside of our studios, partly cloudy, temperature 89 degrees. Relative humidity 58%. Your winds are out of the east at 10 miles per hour, and the barometric pressure 1,017.6 millibars. That's 30.05 inches. And temperatures around the islands, 84 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and the Marsh Harbor, Apico, Greenville Key at 83 degrees, the Berry Islands, 87, Allenstown, Bimini, 86 degrees, 87 in Harbor Island, Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 89, 90 degrees in Otterstown, Cat Island, also Black Point, Exuma, and Camp Space South Andros with Fresh Creek, Central Andros, reporting 88 degrees. And at more than 90s in Georgetown, Exuma, Rum, Keystone, Salvador, Clarenstown, Long Island, Crooked Island, even as we go a little further south into Acklands and Ragged Island, 90s are there as well. 90 degrees in Betsy Bay, also Turks and Caicos Islands at 90 degrees. And let's see what Inagua is saying. They have a temperature there of 83 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight in the northwestern islands. The winds are going to be east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots to wave heights 2 to 4 feet. High tide will take place at 7:55 this evening. And for the central and southeastern islands, the winds east to southeast, but a little stronger at 12 to 18 knots. Caution flags are in place as those wave heights are going to be around 3 to 6 feet. And then on Monday in the northwest and central islands, some reduction in those winds southeast at 10 to 15 knots for both the northwest and central islands, with your high tide occurring at 8:08 in the morning and your low tide at 2:07 in the afternoon. For the southeast Bahamas tomorrow, southeast winds at 12 to 18 knots, so we will maintain that caution flag only for the southeast Bahamas tomorrow with those wave heights at 3 to 6 feet. And our satellite pictures are showing that old frontal boundary to the north of us is still pushing our northward, and that is leading to a bit of clearing skies over the northwest Bahamas as high pressure remain in control of our weather. And tonight, we're going in for clear to partly cloudy skies, a bit on the warm side, with your low temperature at 80 degrees. And tomorrow, look for a thunderstorm in parts of the area, particularly during the morning hours. Otherwise, a partly sunny day ahead for you, with a high temperature getting up to 90 degrees. And the extended weather forecast for the next 7 days, we're going to have summer-like weather right through Friday, with lots of sunshine in the forecast. But come the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we're going to see some gray skies as a tropical wave makes its way through the northwest Bahamas. And that will trigger 1 or 2 showers and even some isolated thunderstorms as well on the weekend. We're done.
And that will end the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. From all of us here at ZNS, I'm LaDawn Davis. We will end with some highlights from today's Independence Beat Retreat. Have a great evening, everyone.
What you taught Bahamas? Oh, come on, Dante, come on, Lou. Show them how we do.
At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Ennis. This is ZNS.
In this 21st century, our resident voice cries out for the empowerment of the poor, reinstatement of the outcasts, restoration of the abused, and the simple preaching and teaching of the gospel to stimulate victorious Christian living.
I'm telling you,